Hey, welcome to Happiness Bar. My goal is to share cocktails, content, and happiness. And today, we got another beautiful classic cocktail coming for you that is perfect for the springtime. This cocktail is made with a London Dry gin. It's made with raspberries. It's made with lemon juice. It's made with egg white. It's shaken up. It gets super frothy. It's served up, and we're gonna garnish that with some raspberries. And we're also gonna make a raspberry powder to garnish this cocktail with to make it look super pretty and cool and something you can impress all your friends with when they come over for some cocktail parties this spring. This cocktail is called the Clover Club. All right, so as I said in this cocktail, we are using London Dry gin. You can feel free to use whatever gin, but London Dry works the best because you get those floral and kind of juniper notes that really kind of bring out the raspberry flavor in the cocktail. Really kind of nice pairing with the raspberry. So this cocktail came out of the 1800s from Philadelphia, straight from the Bellevue Stratford Hotel. So it's been around for a bit, man. It's been enjoyed for a while. It's been enjoyed by literaries and novelists that all hung out at this bar. Been enjoyed by lawyers and just people with class, man, drinking the Clover Club. Something fruity, a little citrusy, frothy, beautiful with the gin. And a lot of these cocktails, man, these early day cocktails were created originally because the liquor was so hot. It was such a poor quality ingredient at the time. It was so brutal to drink. So they made these cocktails a lot of the times to kind of just cut that to make it palatable, essentially. And you know, you made a nice little treat. So as you can see, we got some fresh raspberries here. So the first thing we gotta do for this cocktail, for our prep work, we gotta make our raspberry syrup. All right, so let's grab our scale and we're gonna go ahead and weigh up our sugar, and we're gonna need 250 grams of sugar. All right, 250 grams of sugar, let's add that to the pot. And we're gonna need 250 grams of water. Add that to the pot. And lastly, we're gonna need 250 grams of fresh raspberries. Side note, make sure your raspberries have been washed really good. 250 grams of raspberries into the pot with the water and the sugar. Let's go ahead and kick that burner on to a medium-high heat. Give it a stir to mix everything in. Now what we're looking for, guys, is you wanna go ahead and use your spoon and break up these raspberries a little bit because you wanna macerate them, right? And we are going to bring this up to a simmer and allow them to simmer for about 10 minutes, give or take. Really just wanna make sure that raspberry flavor and the color and everything works its way into our syrup here. So mash up your raspberries real good. I'm gonna flip my spoon over actually and use my little muddling side. Nice and macerated. All right, so we're just gonna bring that to a simmer and let it cook. All right, guys, our syrup has been simmering for about 10 minutes now. It's getting such a nice, deep, rich red color from those raspberries. Give it one final stir here, and I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the heat. All right, I'm gonna grab a container and I'm going to grab a basket strainer because we need to strain these raspberries out of this syrup. Try to do this elegantly, gracefully, whatever you want to call it, without spilling everywhere. A little at a time, spilled a little bit. Grab an extra container to discard. Let's try again without spilling this time. All right. All right, I'm gonna grab a lid, I'm gonna grab some blue tape to label and date. Oh, and one last thing before we seal this up. We're gonna add a 1/4 ounce of vodka or a neutral grain spirit to our raspberry syrup, just to help fortify it, you know, make sure it stays a little longer through our shelf life. So let's mix that in, because when you make such fresh syrups with fruits like raspberries, they can go bad kind of quickly. With that vodka, I'd say you have up to a month refrigerated on your shelf life, maybe 3 weeks. Just keep an eye on it. Raspberry syrup. And there you have it, guys. Our raspberry syrup is done and ready to go. Moving on. Right, next for our prep work, we gotta cut and juice our lemons. So let's grab a few of these bad boys. Put that over there. Let's cut them up. Juice them up. Double strain. Once, twice. Label and date. Lemon juice, good for 2 days. Throw it out on the 3rd day. Our lemon juice, done. All right, so the last little bit of prep work we gotta do, put that on, is we are going to make our raspberry powder. So, I went ahead and I bought these freeze-dried raspberries here, and they're gonna be perfect for this. Awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and dump these into my food processor. If you have a spice grinder, you could use that as well. Pulse these bad boys until they're a fine powder. I'd say they're a fine powder. Now, grab yourself a container. Make sure it is very dry because you don't want it to be wet at all. Otherwise, this will cake up in your storage container. And I am just going to pour it in here. All right, I guess I could have used a smaller container, but that's okay. Gonna label this up. And you can just store this in a cabinet in a nice dark, cool space, dry space, guys. And your shelf life, let's say just refer to the package of your freeze-dried raspberries and write that down for your shelf life. Raspberry powder done. That is it for the prep work today, guys. We got our raspberry syrup done, our lemon juice, and we got our raspberry powder for garnish. Let's jump in to making the Clover Club. All right, guys, this is shaking cocktail. So first thing we're gonna need is our shaker tin, and we're gonna need our jigger. We're also gonna need our glassware. Now working cheapest and most expensive ingredients, we're gonna go with 3/4 ounce lemon juice, 3/4 ounce of our raspberry syrup, 2 ounces of our London Dry gin. We have our large shaker tin. Let's crack up our egg white. Add that egg white into the cocktail. Then we're gonna add our ice to our shaker tin. We're gonna do our wet shake first. Fill her up to the top, seal her up, shaking for 12 seconds. Grab your Hawthorne strainer and strain her back into the short side of your shaker. Oh yeah, get every drop. Always with the pro tip, throwing in the Hawthorne spring into our shaker to get that cocktail extra frothy. Seal her up, dry shake, no ice, shaking for 20 seconds. It's about 20 seconds. Crack that container. Your basket strainer with your Hawthorne strainer, and let's double strain this cocktail. Look at that frothy goodness. Now, for our garnish, grab something with a straight edge on it, like a playing card maybe, and we are just gonna place that card right across the center of the cocktail, like so. Give this a shot here. Let's see how this works. I'm gonna just dust the cocktail with this powder. Don't want to make it a mess. Okay, we'll wipe that up. Remove the playing card. Ooh, 3 raspberries on a skewer. Place it right in the center. There you have it, guys. Clover Club. All right, let's taste. Raspberry on the nose. Oh yeah. Man, that is bright and tart, beautiful tart flavor from those raspberries. Perfect level of sweetness, so frothy, such a beautiful body to it. Light and airy and fruity. Let's get a sip from the side with the raspberry powder on it. You drink from that side, it just punches you in the mouth with a little more raspberry. It's beautiful, really nice, light, classic cocktail, baby. No wonder why people crushed these in the 1800s, man. Beautiful, fresh raspberries, super tart. So much flavor. The egg white on that, man, got so frothy and perfect. Throwing that Hawthorne strainer into that dry shake really does make that cocktail super frothy and beautiful, man. So nice. I just want to crush this whole thing. Fuck, that's refreshing. After working hard, prepping, shaking cocktails, I'm exhausted, and that is delicious. Fuck. Nice and bright, man. That London Dry gin is perfect. There it is, guys. The Clover Club. I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Maybe you made it along with me. Maybe you wrote it down to save for a later date. Either way, let me know how you're liking everything. And as always, guys, become a regular somewhere. Become a regular at your local watering hole. It's the best way to support local business. Become a regular here at Happiness Bar by liking, commenting, subscribing. Hit that bell if you want notifications. We got cocktail videos coming out every Friday at 3 p.m. Eastern to get you ready for the weekend. Stay happy, everyone.